If you're ready for this, this is gonna click so deep. And if you're not ready for it, just don't worry, but come back to this video later and see if you can get what we're gonna talk about today. Because what I'm about to share is going to unlock your mind and your life. Unlock it from any limits that you ever thought that was possible in your life. And if you're one of those people who's been feeling, what if? Start questioning the stories that people have told you your whole life. You've set up a whole rule book for yourself. If I do this, I'm gonna be happy. If I do that, that's gonna be good. If I do this, I'm gonna be successful. This is your rule book. And this is also your prison. But that's why you're in the right place, because we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about the prison that you set yourself in. And no, you don't have to judge yourself, because everyone has a prison. I'm still in a prison. The only difference is that I understand that I am in a prison and I can expand it. Because everything that you believe in limits your life. Everything that you believe is a truth, that puts a limit, that's truth is as far as you can think. So this message comes from a super powerful breakthrough session that I had with a friend. And we did a hypnosis and we started talking about the beliefs. And this guy is a successful businessman, but he doesn't allow himself to be happy, to be proud of himself, to be content with what he's done.
That's amazing, bro. It's crazy when there's someone there giving you the dialogue.
It's cool, bro. Appreciate it. It's good.
I feel great, bro. I feel great.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's really fucking powerful.
I love as well how quick it was.
And in many eyes, he's really successful, but he's still not letting himself feel this joy, feel this gratitude and this peace. So why is that? This is the prison that we put on ourselves. These are the rules that we hold up for ourselves, that we say, this is the way it is. If I work hard, I can be happy. If I have this amount of money, I can be happy. If this happens, I can do this. This is your rule book. And this rule book has come from your whole life. These are the stories that everyone told you, the news told you, the schools told you, you told yourself. And also from experiences. Your life is limitless. There's no other way. Do not judge yourself for the beliefs that you've had, because they've always just kept you safe. They always just try to do what's best for you so you can be comfortable. And it's okay if it's taken a long time for you to understand that you can break these beliefs and change your mind, change your life. And it's okay. But if you want real success, real love, real happiness, real freedom, you have to start questioning these things and create your own set of rules. Create that rule book that you actually love, something that you love to wake up to every morning. You are here to create your own reality and to live heaven on earth, and understand that if you're living hell on earth, it's self-created. And now you're aware of it, so now you can change it. Even from one experience, you can change your whole truth, what you think is truth, because of one experience. Let's break it down in stages. So the first stage, the number one, is you don't know you're in a prison. So for example, procrastination. You think that you don't have enough discipline, but in reality, you have stories. You have these beliefs that are keeping you from doing something because you're scared. But these fears are in your subconscious mind and you're not aware of them. So you're not aware of the prison that is keeping you in procrastination. You're not aware that something is holding you back, and you think it's discipline, you think it's force. But if you think about this, if there is actually a prison, do you really think that you can push out of it? Do you think you can force yourself out of this prison? Or is it better to start understanding that, okay, this is a prison. What is this prison made up of? And that brings us to stage two. Because if you start to become aware of this prison, of the cells that are around you, you start to understand that, okay, the reason, a really good example, why I didn't start coaching earlier. My friends would say, oh, you can't do coaching until you've done this, until you made this amount of money, or until you've done this. And that's one of the cell, like this is part of the cell that I was in. Because I had this story that, oh no, I can't start coaching because I'm not ready. But then I can see other people, they started coaching and they've done much less than me. And they're doing great, and they're also enjoying their life because now they're doing what they're called to do, what they love to do. So this is already a problem. But this is the thing, if you get to stage two, you can start seeing the prison. You can start understanding that you look around, and the way I work with people is I look at their desire. So we look at the desire, your goal, and then we look backwards. Why don't you have that goal already? And the reason why you don't have that goal already is because of your limiting beliefs. There's a story that someone has told you, or you have told yourself, to why you can't have that goal right now. On that stage, what you really want to do is you just want to start questioning. Where does this belief come from? That's number one. And then you want to ask, do I believe this is true? Is this true? And if you start questioning that and you start to realize that a belief is not yours, if you believe that, oh, actually this thing about the coaching, why I'm not starting coaching, that's not my belief, that's my friend's belief. And if you can see that and you can spot that, you can immediately break that. And you can say, oh, actually, no, I will start coaching because I love coaching and I love to help people and that's what I want to do. And I do this to respect myself. And if this is hard and if you feel like, okay, I'm still trapped, then you ask yourself, the other question is, if I don't do this, will I regret this in a long period of time, in 1 year, because of this friend that said that I shouldn't do it now, because of his rules or her rules? And if that's a no, it's like, okay, I actually really want to do that. Then you can start breaking that belief. And now you create a new reality. You stepped into a completely new reality where you're now a coach, which is for everything. If you want to launch something, if you want to start a business and you're scared that people are going to judge you, okay, is that true? Number one, whose story is that? Is that your story? Okay, if it is your story, then maybe you can ask yourself, am I going to let myself skip this thing that I love to do and really want to do because this person that I'm scared of, this person that is in my old school class or whatever that is? Honestly, like, there are ways to go through this, and this is why I like to use hypnosis, is because you can instantly break these beliefs. But what you can also do, there are always fixes for it, but you just need to be aware of that belief. So then we come to the next stage, and the next stage is where it gets really interesting. So this is when you start questioning everything. You start to just break these things down, but then again, time goes on and you start creating this rule book. You start creating even more rules. I have to work this hard to get this money. I have to do this to be happy. When I get to this point, I'm proud of myself. And this is very common for entrepreneurs, and I was in the same loop for a long time, is that we don't allow ourselves to be happy in the now because we haven't achieved what we want. And this is a very classic, but this is the thing. When you get to that next stage, you can start looking again. You're already aware that you're in a prison. You always know that your mind, every belief that you have, is a form of a prison. It limits you. It always limits you, but it's not a limit in itself, because every belief is a limit. Every truth, every story is a limit. Let's just take a money one because it's easy to say. I can earn $10,000 a month, okay? It limits you because then maybe you cannot earn 100,000 a month because that's your limit, that's your story that you have. But this is the cool thing about stage 3. It's because you're aware of this prison, and now you understand that you can start questioning this yourself. You can every day start questioning, what do I believe in? What do I believe to be true? And this is always you looking in the mirror, and you're looking at yourself, and maybe you're judging yourself because, okay, fuck, this is actually my responsibility. I took myself here and I don't feel good because I'm not where I want to be, and I can't be happy yet. But this is where you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. I love you. You took us here with the beliefs that you had, but now it's time to create some new ones, which hopefully is something like, I can still enjoy my life, even if I'm still in the process. I can love the process, even if I'm broke. I can love my Saturday evening, even if the business is not doing as good as I want it to. You decide the stories. But first of all, you gotta be aware of those stories. You can even look at it from a cigarette or a nicotine addiction. This addiction has helped you, and you should feel love and compassion towards this situation. This belief that you had that, okay, I need cigarettes and nicotine. But the second you come on this video and you start to understand that these are just limits in my mind, you don't need it. Obviously you don't need it. There are people without it. You don't have to have it to survive, but it has helped you. It has helped you in some way. And if you're ready to break out of that, first of all, you got to question, what's your belief about it? Okay, I can't do it because I'm an addictive person. You start questioning that belief. Is that true, or is that actually what people are telling you? Or is that what you're telling yourself? So then you start changing that belief to something that's more empowering. Like, you can literally just have it, I'm not a smoker because I want to take care of my health. What would happen if I continue to smoke for 20 more years? Maybe that means cancer, maybe that means lung cancer, maybe that means you're gonna be on pills for the rest of your life. But what I'm trying to say, and again, this is a really good thing with hypnosis, because then you can start breaking that belief instantly and then build on that belief. But you can break these things down yourself if you want to. And this is the freedom of life, is you decide what prison you're gonna sit in. And if you decide, this is where it gets really interesting, because you can actually create heaven on earth. You can create an experience that you love. And that's what you start understanding when these beliefs are starting to get broken down, and you start creating your new beliefs, and that shapes your reality, which means that you're the creator of your reality. And now all of a sudden, if you start creating happy beliefs, happy truths, happy stories that makes you feel good, that you don't have to suffer to be successful, that you don't have to work this hard to be proud of yourself. Now all of a sudden you can enjoy your days, enjoy your process, enjoy the creation of a video, for example, because you created beliefs that supports a life where you fucking enjoy it. So all of a sudden, if you break through step 1, step 2, step 3 and step 4, which is literally just heaven on earth, and that's you deciding on your beliefs, deciding your stories every day, never allowing a story that you don't want into your life. And every time someone says something, you question it. You think, is this something I want to believe in? Is this something I can believe in and something I want to believe in, something I want to take in? And if you don't want it, you don't take it on. And this is how you create absolute freedom of your life. And this is also where you can understand that procrastination is not real, because it's just based on fears. All the fears about not being good enough, not being this, not being able to launch a business, not being able to go on with your dream life. These are all your stories. These are all your stories. And if you have the tools to break those down, if you have someone that can help you through that,